Drinking buddies. It is the final round before the finals of the What's the Best Craft Whiskey Distillery. And we're throwing in a curveball here. We have this 140.9 proof Garrison Brothers that they sent to me. Let's go.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So first up, we have here this Garrison Brothers 140.9 proof Cowboy Bourbon. It's kind of cool. They signed it by the master distiller, and they sent this to me unsolicited. I didn't ask for this. You know, usually if I'm getting whiskey, I'm on the interwebs going, hey, can you send me stuff? They reached out to me, which I find kind of interesting because I've done nothing but trash Garrison Brothers. So, you know, maybe I'll like it. But chances are I'm not a big Garrison Brothers fan. Their flavor profile just isn't for me. So at least you know you will get a very honest review. Next up, to be honest, the last four here are whiskeys that just didn't make it into other rounds. So this is kind of a weird flight. We're ranging from 101 proof to 140 proof. So this could go crazy. But I thought that would be a good thing because some of the proofs that have moved on already are at 90 proof. So it could be a 90 to 140. So I figured 101 to 140 is not that outrageous. Second one here is Woodinville Store Pick, 117 proof. Next up, we have the Chattanooga Cask Strength Bourbon, 111 proof. Really great bottle. Corbin Cash Single Barrel. This is a 6-year, 129 proof rye. And then the last one is a weird one. This is definitely not Weller Antique 107. This is TX Bourbon Port Finished. I had a bottle of it, and the cork broke. And so I had to pour it into an empty bottle, and I had this 107 bottle handy. So it's TX Bourbon, Port Finished, 101.6 proof. So we go from 101 proof to 140.9 proof. The only thing we can do here is to dive in. And I will say, two of them are very dark, so I'm pretty sure those are going to be these two, which kind of is a big spoiler, unfortunately. I do probably need to invest in some black Glens. I have not thought of it yet, because normally on blinds, it doesn't matter. But on this one, it will. I know these two that are darker are these two. Oh well. It is what it is, drinking buddies. Oh, this is apple. Proofy. Proofy. Little young grains. And this is smelling hot. Caramel. Huh. That is very mesquite-y. That is a little bit spicy. Wow. That's kind of surprising me because it's almost this one is almost drinking like something out of Arizona or Texas, whereas the two Texas ones should be the two dark ones. Maybe I don't know what's going on. This would make a really nice cigar blend because this is cigar. This is I'm smelling cigars. I'm smelling a cigar box. Somebody's smoking a cigar near me. This is cigar. Also some nice. There's also some nice bourbon vanilla here. That is interesting. Very, very, very interesting. It smelled a lot hotter than it ended up being. It smelled a lot hotter than it ended up being. Well, that smells nice. Brown sugar. Grape? Yeah, like grape soda. Chocolate. That is really good. That's this guy. That's the port finished. And I'm not just saying that because it is a darker color. Well, obviously, you know, to be perfectly honest, it's kind of obvious that it's that, not just because of the color, but because of the heavy port flavors going on here. This one tastes like they aged it in a port barrel for quite a while. You get a lot more port off of this one than you do off of like an Angel's Envy, for example, where there's just like a subtle note. No, this one the Angel's Envy in a bottle looks like bourbon. This in a bottle looks like wine. It's so dark. So they left it in there for a while. But now this one's really grainy. Cornbread. Not exactly barnyard, just like young grains, like mellow corn. A little bit of a caramel thing. Subtle oak. Ooh, dark chocolate. Dark chocolate. Wow, I really dig that. Bourbon vanilla, nice oak thing. A lot of cinnamon, like a bitter cinnamon. That's pretty good. I better get a little water before this one. Just by process of elimination, I think that this is our hazmat. But it does not smell hot. Where was the hot one? Was that this one? This was the hot one, right? No, this was the hot one. Okay, now I'm getting a little ethanol, comparing it to a couple of the others. But it mostly is just giving me vibes of like hickory. Yeah, like Texas, like hickory and creosote. I dig this nose. I do dig this nose. Well, drinking buddies, we found a Garrison Brothers that I might be knocking down doors to buy. I hope I don't hype it too much and then I can't get my hands on a bottle, because this is pretty darn good and it drinks like it's maybe 115 proof. But it has all the flavor. It's a little bit funky, it's a little bit barnyard, but right now I'm digging it. This is just unique. And so on here I'm getting more dark chocolate and hickory notes than I normally do on the Garrison Brothers. That gives me, the Garrison Brothers normally tends to give me a little bit of a funky young grain thing, and I'm not getting as much of that. So maybe their whiskey's getting a little bit older, a little bit more mature. This is one I'm going to recommend. I don't know what the price tag on it is. I fear it could be $150, and if it's in that case, I would be hesitant. I don't know if it's worth that much, but it is 140.9 proof, and it is very interesting. It is very unique, and I dig it. This might be the best. Yeah, this is the best thing I've ever had from Garrison Brothers, bar none. Well, unfortunately, I made that easy on myself to know which these two were, but fortunately, I have no idea what the front three are. And the only reason I staggered them is because they don't all fit on this thing if I put them right next to each other. So that wasn't like me giving myself hints or anything. That was just, I staggered them because when I have 5 glasses, I can't fit them all on my mat. But if I spill on here, it doesn't end up on my table or on the floor. I did not do the nose thingy. Oh, now this is just as funky as that. Funky nose. Like molasses and like, this is giving me voyage vibes, like rum finished. Wild nose. I'm really digging that. That's really giving me caramel. That's really giving me rye spice. That's really giving me really vanilla forward mouthfeel. Nice finish. That is really good. That is really good. I definitely think that I feel bad for the, you know, if I would have guessed, I would have thought that Woodinville and the TX would be moving forward, and I'm pretty sure I'm eliminating them because these two are just better. Okay, so I think this is the Woodinville. I think this is the TX. I think this is the Chattanooga. I think this is the Garrison Brothers, and this is the I think this is the Corbin Cash. This is a rye, so that tells me that. Those two are moving forward, not these three. These three are being eliminated. I am really excited because that Corbin Cash is one that could deliver. And this, man, this Garrison Brothers is a wild rye. I totally dig that. Oh, I haven't even looked at them yet. I don't even know if I'm right. Let's find out. This one was the Woodinville. Did I say Woodinville on that? I don't know. This is the TX port. This is the Chattanooga. This is the Garrison Brothers, and this is the Corbin Cash. So Garrison Brothers and Corbin Cash, you are moving on. We now have our 12 winners that will move on to the final tournament. I will do that entire tournament double blind, and it will begin soon. I will have my wife pour them for me. I will set the 12 bottles here. They'll be sitting on the bar. Well, actually, I can't do that. I will have to set them somewhere where she can pour from them because I might notice levels depleting, because especially with some of these. Like, if she poured me this, I might notice if it's suddenly here. So I won't have them on the bar for that reason. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Channel members, there is a link to become one down below. A lot of perks there. We just had our fantasy draft for the channel member fantasy football league tonight. So to be able to get in on fun like that, channel membership down below. Cheers, drinking buddies. We'll see you on the next one.